This episode is brought to you by Honda. When you test drive the all-electric Prologue SUV, there's a lot that could impress you about it. There's the generous passenger space, the clean, thoughtful design, and the intuitive technology. But out of everything, what you'll really love most is that it's a Honda. Visit honda.com/EV to see offers.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for this day.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. We're so excited you decided to join us. Make sure you go over and leave those 5-star reviews. If you like this, go over and listen to our other podcasts like the 5-Minute Basketball Coaching Podcast or High School Hoops or Funnel Down Defense or Coaching Youth Hoops or whatever one of the 7 in our network that you would like to listen to. But before we jump in, I'd like to give a big shout out to our 2 sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. They are always, what I love about Dr. Dish is they're always innovating. They're always making that a little bit better. And that's why I think they're the best machine out there. Like I've said before, we own 3 of them, and I would not be talking about them every day if I did not believe in them. Mention Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off, and they'll give you A1 customer service. And then also what helps keep the lights on, what helps keep everything moving is Teachhoops.com. It's for coaches who want to get better. It is a one-stop shop by a basketball coach for a basketball coach. I'm always working with my team 365 days a year, working on making us better. And I want to do the same thing for you. I'm giving you resources, one-on-one calls, office hours, a roadmap per se that will help you become a better coach. And we offer a 14-day free trial because I believe you should come in and kick the tires around and see if it's right for you. If it's not, that's fine. But I guarantee that you're going to love it. All right, let's head off to the podcast. I'm laughing because as we're coming on air, Coach gives me the topic, and it's like, because we had talked about him, I couldn't remember which one we were on, and it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is a doozy, right?
This is a doozy.
Yeah.
If you have the solution to this one, you can be.
Yeah, and please subscribe to the Youth Sports Insider. It is our new podcast that is about to launch. So again, go to youthsportsinsider.com, sign up, and we will send you the all the new podcasts when they come out. It is all about the business of youth sports. So we take a deep dive behind the scenes to help operators, teams, venues, anybody involved in the youth sports ecosystem. And we dive deep into the operation side of business. So not the X's and O's, if you will, right? Again, youthsportsinsider.com.
All right. So today's topic is decision making.
Yeah, improving decision making, getting right.
Improving it.
So this came from one of our listeners in the Facebook group. And, it's just making better decisions on the court. He's got a youth team. And I think, as we know, for us adults, seeing the game unfold. And here's the deal with, I think, when it comes to decision making, more practice time, more playing time.
So what do you mean by that?
So I think it's just more reps, right? The more you're playing pickup games, the more you're playing in live situations, you're going to improve your decision making because you're going to make mistakes. You're going to learn through those mistakes. Great example. Okay. I still I don't understand this one at multiple levels unless you're again, unless you're an elite player. Two people are standing in front of you. And what do a lot of young players try to do? Dribble between them.
Right.
I
Right.
and again, is this a frontal lobe issue where they're just not developed and they're like they see two players like, you know, standing in front of them and they try to get through them. And 9.5 times out of 10, the ball gets stripped. But they just keep on doing it, thinking that they see a little gap, right? They think they can get through that. That's decision making, as an example.
Right. No, I agree. I mean, the thing is, whatever you want them to get better at, you have to rep it. Like,
Right. Right.
we lost probably our last game of the season. Couple reasons, but one of them was we got out rebounded. We'd been working on rebounding all year. We got a lot better as the year went on. We were horrible at the beginning of it. And 4 months later, we were better. We were adequate. But it's because we were talking about it all the time. We were working on box outs. We were working on, all
Yeah.
of those things. Because we had to get good at it, or we weren't even going to be in games. So I think it's how and when you rep it is just such an important skill. In decision making is you have to put them in places where they're going to fail.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Um,
Right.
they're going to fail. Like we've always worked on getting pressured because that's always been one of our weak spots, and we work on it every day. Going 3-on-4, 4-on-5, getting pressured. What does it feel like? What is it like? How do you step through? How do you rip the ball? Like all of those things. Because we got to get better at it. Like it's one of those skills that I just don't think and we want them to be able to make those decisions. All right. So what's your thought on it, Coach?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But, it's one of those things too. It's like if you're, for most programs, especially if you're talking, summer basketball, AAU basketball, you have two practices a week, an hour and a half. That's not enough to work on decision making. So kids have to play on their own to get better in the playground, right? Even if it's just one on one, right?
Right.
Again, yes, get up shots, do your ball handling, but there's nothing better than live action and trying to figure out the game through live action. But you're right, you got to rep what you want them to focus on. So how do you do it in that situation? You have two practices, 90 minutes each, is pick a few things. Pick
Right.
a few things that you want to do
And it's
this
what kind of decision
season.
making do they have to work on? Like, is it
Right.
because they're getting pressured? Is it because they don't know what kind of shots to take? Is it because, what is it um that, that's the kicker is, what kind of thing are they having a hard time making? Because every team's different as far as decision making goes, in my opinion.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. Absolutely right. And that's where you kind of take, quote unquote, an inventory of play a few games, right? See where you're at, and then take a step back and say, okay, just think about a checklist, right? On one side is things we're good at and things we're not good at, and maybe a third was things we're not even going to work on,
Right.
right? And just go down those list of things we're good at. Okay, maybe just do a little bit of reinforcement of those things you're bad at that you need to really get better at. If it is, like for example, my team is struggling with passing under pressure,
Right.
right? So we got to work on pressure defense, right? And pressure, I'm just pressuring the offense, right? This is more of an offense thing. How to pivot out of that, right? How to break the glass, right? If you're getting trapped, right? All those little things, we
Little
just have to
things.
rep that over and over and over again. How to pass out of that. So we're just, one of the things we're struggling with is just weak passes out of a double,
Right.
like just spaghetti arm, you know what I mean? Just really loose, not, sharp. And guess what's happening, right?
Right.
Another turnover. So, um, that's one area that we have to improve on. And, we have practice Monday and Wednesday, and we've had two tournaments now, and I'm just like, today was my day. I'm going to take a step back and say, I want to do everything, but I only have them Yeah,
Right.
2 times a week
And
for 90 minutes, and
I can
I
only
just
do
got to
so much.
prioritize. I can
know.
only do so much.
I know.
You
It
want to
is
do
true.
more, but you don't have the time.
Time is limited. All right. Anything else in closing, Coach?
Yeah, again, I just think to wrap that up, reps, pick a few things that you want to get better at in your season, prioritize those things, and sometimes you just have to be like, you just have to suck the other things up and just like, I'm not going to do that. I think what's really important as part of that discussion though too is tell parents of, right, here's our priorities for the rest of the season, so they don't ask, well, why isn't he working on rebounding? They're not that great at rebounding. Well,
Right.
you know, I can only pick so many things this year. I can't pick 10. Right?
No.
Not enough time.
There's not enough time. Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you subscribe, like, jump up and down, like I say. Tell your friends. That would be a good thing. Yeah, share this on social media. And then also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Memorial Day doorbuster deals are here at Lowe's. Right now, Rewards members save $80 on the Master Forge 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, Rewards members save $900 on the Lowe's exclusive Hisense French door refrigerator, now only $999. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/26. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.